Good morning. I just got an update from my mom. I called the hospital and, they let me know what's what and what's going on and everything like that. And that's a good thing. I know what's going on with her, and I'm asking them, what tests they're running and, making sure that they're on top of it. Anyway, I got a message from my grandmother. Now, mind you, my mom cannot vocally talk right now because she has a ventilator in her throat still. She can nod and shake her head, and she can write things down. Okay? That's totally fine. That is total communication. I get it. Anyway, my mom has informed my grandmother that she doesn't want me there, that if I show up, I will be kicked out. Okay. I get it. It sucks, but it is what it is. I'm kind of at that fence post where I'm either livid and hurt or okay. Life will happen. Here's why. In 2004, I was pregnant with my oldest. I had appendicitis. I was in a bad car accident, and Hurricane Katrina hit. My mom didn't fly out. 2005, I was pregnant with my youngest and was living in Washington State, was on bed rest, and the pregnancy was difficult. I was staying at my in-laws. That was fun. She was born in 2006. 2007, I joined the military. Went to boot camp. Graduated. Survived. Put my body through hell. And survived. Okay. 2008, I got diagnosed with cancer. I had 11 tumors. I had 4 surgeries that year. 4. My mom didn't fly out. 2009, my ex-husband went to jail. I was living at my mom's for a certain point. And then her then husband, he passed away. I'm sorry, Doug. Kicked me down the stairs. Great guy. That was 2009. 2014, I was in Utah again, and I was protective of my girls. I was very protective, which stands to reason. It was still recent and everything. So, yeah. And I decided to come back to North Carolina from Utah because I wasn't going to let my girls see me be insulted and degraded by a woman in our family, my mother, their grandparents. That's not good for them. So, regardless of backtracking the entire past, here's the thing. When somebody is there, no matter what, over and over and over and over and over again, because you cut your wrist 17 times, or because somebody has to, connect the bills in the house, and somebody has to make sure their 13-year-old doesn't have a panic attack while you're bleeding all over your bed. When somebody is there and is having to be this strong person when really on the inside, it fucking hurts. It's scary. You feel helpless. You feel responsible. You feel irresponsible. Like it's every single possible negative emotion compiled into one. That is what it's like being your daughter, Marilee. You told me countless times that I was going to end up just like my mother, that I was never going to graduate high school, that I was going to end up pregnant by 16, that I was going to end up married with like who knows how many husbands, and that I was going to end up being nothing. And you know what? I'm something. I'm a person. Regardless of what I accomplished in my life, I am a person, a human. That no matter how many times you asked me to go to the store and get more bandages because you wanted to die, no matter how you justify it to your psychologist or your therapist, I still did it over and over and over again. Your boyfriend stabbed you 13 times with a pair of scissors. And as much as I was mad at you, as much as you insulted me, I still was there. Like, no, he fucking didn't. When I was 13, I won a stupid Mother's Day contest, writing this letter about how wonderful my mom is. Guess what? I'm silver-tongued. Flat out. Yes, I did mean every word I said. You did choose to adopt me. You did pick me to be your daughter. Okay? Let's repeat that. You chose to adopt me and you picked me as your daughter, which means you cannot undo that. Ever. You said that you would love me more than my biological mother. Do you know that that's what the adoption contract says? That you promise to love this child, this being, more than anybody else in the world. Yet you told me that, you didn't have to take me into your home, that you chose to, and that I owe you. No, I don't. You got me when I was 2.5. I didn't ask you to. I didn't say, please adopt me. I couldn't say adopt. Like, really? I didn't ask you to. When I was 8 years old, standing in front of the judge, and the judge asked me if I was happy. No, the hell I wasn't. I was getting beat. Rick was taking me in my bedroom and watching me undress. Like, seriously, I wasn't happy. But I knew I was going to be tortured if I fucking said I wasn't. Like, come on. And now you're going to tell me, or you're going to have your mother tell me, who you've even said that you can't stand. Like, here's the hypocritical part, okay? You have talked bad about your family so much. Kristen used to handcuff herself to the computer chair so she didn't have to go to grandma's. Come on now. I loved it there. I was happy. To be told that I'm making this about me, sure, this video might very well be about me right now, but this is where I stand. You want me to not give a shit that you're in the ICU. You want me to stay out of the hospital. You want me to not stress you out. Guess what? You're lying in the ICU because you had a stroke because you fell and hit your head. Those 3 things are important factors. Flat out important factors. And you don't want me there. Kristen wasn't leaving her room for over a year and is in therapy because she was agoraphobic. Come on. I may not have the financial means to fly there, but damn, I want to be there. It's not about I have to be there, that's my mom. No, this is I want to. Because despite all the bullshit you put me through, despite all the bullshit that Rick put me through, everything that I endured growing up in your house, and everything that you have told me bad about myself, do you know I have spent 37 years moving past it? 37 years moving past all the nonsense that I grew up hearing. And I'll be damned if my daughters ever hear me say you're going to end up being nothing. My graduation day, you told me you actually did it. Yes, I actually graduated high school. And guess what? I also graduated college. Imagine that. And I graduated boot camp. Imagine that. I've been a single mom since 2009. Oh, look, 10 years. Whatever image you have crafted in your head, it is not who I am. It's not. You want to be naive and think that I am this horrible person because I moved out, because I saw you bleeding all over your bed. And I knew I needed to graduate. You wanted me to have sympathy and stay and take care of you. Guess what? I want somebody to take care of me too, but I'll be damned if it's my kid. It's my job to protect them. It's my job to go to the doctor for them. It's my job to not cut myself up. It's my job not to be stoned out of my mind to where I fall and hit my head if that's the case. It's my job to not take so much medication that I fall asleep with the fork an inch from my mouth. Just like it's your job to be the fucking mother. Not mine. It wasn't my job to connect the bills. It wasn't my job to say, you know what, you don't have to go visit your boyfriend that tried to kill you. It's not my job to do that. It's my job to be there when you're laying in the ICU because you had a stroke. That's my job. To hold your hand. To encourage you to want to move your left side. To make you want to get better. To fight through the pain. To fight through the frustration. The inability to talk because you have a tube in your mouth. As a daughter, it is my job to make sure that you want to keep fighting. That doesn't mean I want you to keep fighting me. There's a difference. So, because I just got another update from my grandmother that says you need to get it updated from me since the nurse told Marilee and me that you were planning to come here. No, I wasn't planning to come here. I wasn't planning to go to Colorado. There's a fucking hurricane that's supposed to hit at some point between today and, next year, basically, on the East Coast. I'm not planning to go anywhere because I have a house, I have pets, I have kids, I have a life, I have a business that I want to open. I am not planning to go to a hospital and get kicked out because you want to jump to conclusions. No. So guess what? I'm not planning anything as of this point. I love you as a person. I really do. You are somebody significant in my life. But as of this point, I have to draw the line and say that I can't do this. I can't give a shit. I have to stop myself. And that fucking sucks. But you know what? If I'm not sitting here every 3 or 4 hours calling the nurse's station and being passed around to 6 different phones so I can get the right person and get the hospital code and get all the information that I need so I know that you're still alive and breathing. If I don't have to do that 3 and 4 times a day, then so be it. Heaven forbid. Because I can't. I can't anymore. I can't do this. Our entire family is toxic. Very toxic. You can feel the tension when you walk in to a family barbecue. immediately. Like, it's just, no. No. You know, people are drawn to things that they don't typically have, which is an interesting concept because I'm a Reiki therapist. I do energy healing and massage, obviously. But here's the thing about Reiki is you can guard yourself and you can block out a ton. So much. It's amazing. You can heal a lot just through, Reiki, energy reading, sending good vibes to different parts of your body. You can do that. It's an amazing concept, and it's something that doctors don't quite understand because it's not tactile, it's not scientific, it's metaphysical. And, it is what it is. Scientists can't say that God exists, and religious bureaucrats can't say that scientists have all the answers. It's just one of those things, okay? So, I do what I never had. Positive energy. Positive vibes. Hope. Do you know how sad that is, growing up like that with no hope? I don't know if I ever told you. I was, probably, let's see, we lived in the house across from the field. So I would have been between 6 and 8. I'm going to go with closer to 7. And I woke up at the middle of the night and I saw this being in my room. And she had blonde hair, a pretty dress, and I wasn't scared. It was different. It caught me off guard. It was different. And I would close my eyes because I didn't know if I was really seeing something or if I was dreaming. I was a kid. And every time I opened my eyes, she was closer. And as she got closer, I just had this overwhelming feeling of, you will be all right. And that has stayed with me my entire life. If I could draw faces, I could draw her. Like, that's how vivid she is in my life, in my memory. And I know that I will be all right. Things are tough. Money's tight. Bills are endless. And, teenagers are teenagers, and health is crappy, and MS is painful, and hearing is even worse. There's all these things. But I know that I will be all right, because today is not the last day. Today is not the end. And I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that. So, if this is the only way that I can talk to you and check on you, fine. So be it. I don't even know that you watch my videos. And honestly, I don't care who does or doesn't. It has no bearing on whether or not I'm okay with it. My thing is, it's easier to put a video on the internet and just send it out there and never go back to it. Keeping a journal and a diary is something you can go back and read. Be like, what happened on this day? Like Facebook. No, I don't want a diary to do that. I don't want to go back to, May 23rd, 5 years ago. I don't want to do that. This is easier. So I'm going to wish you well. I do hope that you have a speedy recovery, and I hope that the process isn't as long as I'm pretty sure it's going to be, considering you're left-handed and your left side is what's not functioning. So there's going to be some difficulties there. And I know it. So I pray that you're all right. I pray that Bradley, who found you, can bounce back from this. I pray that Kristen can actually leave her room. I pray that all the scars that are out there heal. I love you, but this is going to be the end for us as a relationship, as a mother and daughter, because I can't do this anymore. I can't care and care and care and care and care and apologize profusely for things that I cannot control, I cannot change, I cannot impact, I cannot take anything back. And guess what? Neither can you. And maybe that's why you want to keep me away, because you can't make amends, and that's fine. Because someday you are going to have to make amends. You are going to have to stand up and be judged. That is going to happen. That's inevitable for everybody. Everyone has to answer for every decision they make in their life. And this is going to be yours. I love you. And I wish you well. But this is goodbye.